This April's monthly newscast is packed, full of kind of boring stuff, but I'm not the journalist teacher, so.
Anyway, first up are the articles in the newspaper. Physical media has seen a resurgence in recent years, whether CDs, vinyl records, cassettes, or even digital cameras. Check out Braylon Brown's article on the topic.
Do you struggle in AP classes? While looking at college, many students feel that they should take AP classes. But the question pertains if it's really worth it. Here's Michelle Londano with more on the topic.
Hi guys, I'm with Alexa CNS who takes AP Psychology. And do you think AP Psychology is hard?
No, I don't think AP Psychology is necessarily a class. I think that's a memorization-based class. So if you learn how to memorize and study vocabulary correctly, then I think you will do fine in class.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Continuing with the AP topic, athletes might find it a struggle to balance their AP classes with their straining sports schedules. Football, tennis, softball, or even cheer. APs can prove a challenge for our great student athletes. Check out Sophia Rose's article in this month's newspaper.
With all this mumbo-jumbo about APs, let's talk about our education system. Some could argue our education system favors good grades rather than learning. Now, is that true? That's up to interpretation. But hey, if I can use that as an excuse, then sure, 100% my low grade is because I'm focused on learning. Gwyneth Altizer speaks more about this in her article. For all of you TV addicts, as I know I am, we all have to have that one show we just go to when life feels like it's going downhill. As a professional procrastinator, I know how difficult it may be to just pull yourself away from the TV and do your work. I, with my amazing journalism skills, interviewed a senior about her schedule when it comes to watching shows and doing her homework.
Your first and last name and what grade are you in?
My name is Patience Ely and I am in 11th grade.
Patience, why do you think teenagers should have their one comfort show to go to after a long week of school?
Because a lot of things are hard in life and sometimes you just need to get away from your life and just focus on something else. It's good to focus on something else and not the same thing every time. Something that's already stressing you out, you don't need to keep that going every day. So I feel like a movie or a show or your comfort show that you'll just go to will help you relax your mind. Relaxing your mind is a really key thing that you have to do to keep you functioning and going throughout your day. And it's a positive thing because it's like a reward after you doing something. So you know how you get like candy after you do like clean up or something when you're a kid? I believe that a movie is the same thing. Like after doing your homework, or even if you're an athlete, like after just performing that good work that your coach told you to do or your teacher told you to do, and then after that you're like, hey, I did really good today. I didn't get yelled at, I didn't get screamed at, like I did really good, and I just want to put my mind at rest, and I believe a good calming show would do that.
Think you interview better than most of the normal journalists, Angie. Ever play in a band? Sometimes people decide to quit as the difficulty increases throughout the grades. Here's Zia Hong with an interview in regard to this.
Thank you, Zia. You may already be on the brink of failing German or Spanish, so why continue to take language courses when you have already fulfilled the requirements you need? Well, Haley Watson goes into more detail about this in her article.
Do you think students should go past 2 years of a language?
Yes, because I think it's good to expand your knowledge on a language. Especially if you're living in the country, you should know the language more.
Yeah, I ain't doing any more Spanish after this year. Now on to the biggest school dance, prom. A fun experience for most, whether you've got a date or
are going with friends.
Check out this month's article on the topic.
What is your name?
Miss Johnson.
How do you spell that?
MS.JOHNSON.
What about your first name?
Emily, EMILY.
What is your title in this school?
I am a social studies teacher.
How many proms have you attended or seen in your life?
Oh my goodness, guys. At least 10. I'm not sure.
Over the years, do you think prom attire has changed?
Prom attire has definitely changed. When I was in high school, I think there was a lot of neon colors and some animal prints happening. Now I don't see quite as much of that, but I do like the way, and boys' clothes. Boys are much more fashionable now than when I was in high school.
How were they not fashionable when you were in high school?
Nobody's suits fit. They didn't do a very good job at matching colors to dresses, and now I feel like guys take the time to pick out cool shoes and cool ties. It's much nicer.
What do you think kids should wear to prom?
I think whatever makes you feel good and happy.
So like sweatpants and Crocs?
Well, maybe not that.
So a little bit more formal?
I think formal attire, but match the dress code, but wear something that's comfortable to you.
Over the years, you've seen a lot of dress codes and a lot of maybe breaking of the dress codes. What do you think about dress codes at prom in general?
I think there's a time and place for every outfit, and I think it's important to realize when you're in school that your chaperones don't want to see everything that you've got going on. So be aware of where you are.
Do you have opinions about like this school's dress codes for prom, or do you think it's a-okay?
I actually don't know the dress code, so don't ask me that question.
Okay, well.
I don't know that.
Do you think that the attire has changed for the better or the worse, and why?
Ooh, I think people are more creative with how they dress for prom. I've seen a lot of cool suits, like pantsuits. I've seen lots of different dresses. When I was in high school, we kind of had the same option. Everyone went to the mall and picked from the same stores. But now I feel like people can online shop and get really cool outfits.
So you would say the better?
Oh, for the better, for sure.
What did you wear to prom?
I think my favorite prom dress was white and gold and had really pretty beading. But I wore dresses every year.
Well, thank you for your time.
You are so welcome, ladies.
Now, to all of you children who eat the school's lunch, there is an article dedicated to you all in this month's newspaper.
Do you think students actually enjoy the school's meals for a full week?
Yeah, I think so. I know a lot of people who eat school lunch every day. And I don't feel like a lot of people complain about it.
Do you think that they actually like it though?
Yeah. I feel like for most days, because I feel like sometimes a lot of pretty set schedule of the lunch, and they'll be like excited about like the dumplings or something. So I'm pretty sure they enjoy it.
Thank you.
WHS, established in 1948, has many customs and traditions that have been carried on, as well as changed, throughout the years. Benjamin Borowitz further elaborates on this.
Thanks, Angie and Aiden. I'm Ben Boritz, and I wrote this month's Smoke Signal article about the history and traditions of WHS. Make sure to check it out. Back to you, Angie and Aiden.
Now, this upcoming subject is one that many of you student athletes can relate to, getting injured. Concussions, fractures, broken arms, ACL tears, whatever it is in whatever sport besides like golf, there are many risks when competing. Here is Jack Holland describing more on the skull-cracking activities.
I'm Jack, and I'm here with Noah, and we're going to be talking about sport injuries. Alright. Yeah, so how did what is your injury?
I have a stress fracture on my fibula bone, which is the smaller bone in the shin.
Alright, so how did it happen?
It was first, what the doctor said was probably a hairline fracture, and then I overused it from training, tracked too much. And at the home meet, I ran my race, and it just snapped right then and there.
Thanks, Jack. Finally, before we close out, for April's Journalist of the Month, we have Hannah Schaefer. Thank you for your good interviewing skills and your great videography. That's all, Warriors. Have a good rest of the month.
Bye, Warriors!